Hey there folks, welcome to the first part of my thing where I am making a Tetris robot announcer. Last time I did a bunch of stuff starting that process, but I forgot, of course, to hit the record button. So this time we'll peruse what I wrote. I didn't finish it, so we will have a chance to finish it. But first, I want to mention a couple of things. So I moved computers. I'm using a more powerful computer, my work computer, and all I had to do was update these numbers to point to where the Tetris screen is going to be on my screen. In this case, it's pointed to my OBS Studio screen, so I can stream me playing Tetris, and the actual image is going to be used for extracting the data, which was very exciting. And it was, I needed to do nothing with the code except update these settings. So that was exciting. And so I did hook it up to OBS, and I will demonstrate that right now. So if I go here, this is my screen that I do my competitive Tetris on. So you can see that this text, this white text, is the Tetris analyzing. So we can actually, you know, we hit the button. Oh, wait a second. No. Because what I did was here, let's go back here. What I did was, instead of writing stuff to the console, I instead wrote it to a text file. And then all I do in OBS is display the text file. It's a bit laggy, but it works. And, you know, it's only our first pass. So all I have to do is hit the run button. This thing starts up, and we're going to switch over to Tetris. And we can actually, hopefully, do this. It should detect that a new game is starting, and we're off to the races. And we'll get a Tetris. We'll make sure to get a Tetris here. You can see the score should increase. There's a Tetris. Tetris rate goes up. And everything's great. So this works, and I'm happy with it. It's a bit laggy, as I said. You know, stuff happens, and then a fair number of milliseconds after that is when you get the update. But I think we can fix that. That's not an issue. The fact that this is working is just awesome. Because this can be, I mean, I'm recording now, but this can easily just be streamed to Twitch, whatever. We're well on our way to doing what I want to do. Anyway, I'm going to top out, and you can see that it detects not the top out, but the actual, your game ended. So that's super exciting, and I'm super happy about that. So let me switch back over here and reposition myself for some coding. Okay, so this is, we'll stop this. This is a branch I used only, yeah, I didn't make my changes in this branch. So let me go to my settings. You know, I'm just going to copy these brand new settings. That's all I changed. I'm just going to do the old school copy and paste here. So we're going to copy this. Then I'm going to go check out my other branch, and I'm going to do this in the UI so y'all can see. Game analyzers. Oh, cancel. I've got some. Yeah, let's. No, I'm going to do this on the command line. Okay, I'm going to. Actually, what I can do is I can check out all the CS files. Git stash. Git check out my game analyzers branch, and then I can pop the stash back And this is fine. This isn't game analyzers. Everything's okay. This is what it used to be, so I don't need these anymore. Whatever. Okay, this is what I did. So I took the game analyzer and I just totally got rid of it. What I did, this is essentially what our analyzer was. This was writing to the console. But this encompasses a lot of stuff that I want to do individually. So the idea is that we can take a screenshot and we can actually take a second screenshot. So we have a screenshot from this frame and a screenshot from last frame. And based on the differences between the two, we can make certain decisions. But because this is a real modern computer and not a computer from the mid-90s, we can actually do some parallel processing. We can run things on different threads so that things actually happen simultaneously. And we can reduce some of the lag. And so my lofty goal was to get the game analyzer engine to just take snapshots and send them off to something that cares about them. But the game analyzer itself doesn't care about it. It's responsible for taking the screenshots and sending them off. And it's those things that are over there. They're going to do the processing. They're going to figure out what needs to be done about the screenshots. And they're going to do their own thing. But the key is that they'll be doing it on a different thread than the main thread. And so we have to figure out, or I had to figure out how to do that. The other thing is I didn't want just one thing, because this game analyzer is responsible for so many things. And maybe if I just uncommented, some things are errors, but this will help us see it better. Like we took the screenshot, created the data model, check if we're playing. Then we're checking if a change was detected, and that was the update. That was in the update method. And so we're looking at the score, we're getting the lines, we're doing all these things. We're doing a lot of stuff. My goal, and let's comment all that out again. My goal was to create a series of analyzers that would be responsible for analyzing one thing and one thing only. And then it moves on. So something was responsible for analyzing the score. So it analyzes the score and then sends off to the next analyzer. And it carries down the chain. So what I did was I made this interface. And this interface is just a game analyzer interface. It has an analyze method and a list of children, which are also analyzers. And the idea is that after I'm done analyzing, I'm going to pass on my knowledge, or rather I'm going to pass on the current state of the system to my children. So they're dependent on me running, but there might be other analyzers in the environment running simultaneously to me, and I don't care. I don't care about that. So this all hinges on the new model I created, which was a state model. And this is nothing more than the current Tetris data model and the previous Tetris data model. That's it. There's nothing special about that. And so I made a few analyzers. What did I do here? Oh yeah. So the abstract class, an abstract class is something that cannot be instantiated. You have to make children classes from it. And so it has its children, and they're set to an empty list. And then it has its own analyze method, which is public. And we will run analysis. So basically we'll run ourselves, and then when we're done, each child will send off its analyze. We'll tell each of our children to analyze the data. One second here. Yeah. So that's fine. This run analysis method is an abstract method. So every game analyzer, or rather every child of base game analyzer, will have to provide its own. Okay, so as an example, I have a score analyzer. And this is a base game analyzer. It runs its analysis by taking in a state model. And all we do is check if the current score is greater. Oh, I already made a mistake. Than the previous score. If that's true, again, we're just going to write to the console. But we can do anything we want. We can write to a text file. We can make a robot say things. And actually, I think we might just end up writing to a text file. So let's do that. Oops, file. Dot. Write all text, output. Because this is what we had set up in OBS. And we are just going to say score is now this. That's it. And then we're going to return true. I made this a task because tasks work. In order to run something on another thread, you have to make it a task so that the compiler, or sorry, the runtime can take it and say, oh, this is a task. I can run this somewhere else and continue execution in the main thread wherever I am while I'm running that thing. Okay, so let's go back here. This is our base analyzer. Now this await, this tells the runtime to run this method, which is a task. It'll run on a different thread, but because we're awaiting it, we're going to just stop our execution and wait until that task is finished. So this basically says, analyze the state of the system, and when it's finished, then go ahead and analyze and tell all your children to analyze the system. But we're not awaiting anything. And actually, Visual Studio is kind of annoyed at me. It says, because this call is not awaited, execution of the current method continues before the call is complete. And usually that's an error, but this is kind of a fire and forget thing. So that's precisely what I want. I don't want to sit around and wait. We may come back to this and decide that we do, and it doesn't seem to me like we want to. So I made another one. I made an is playing analyzer, and this is only responsible for checking if you're playing or not. And all of these analysis things return a Boolean. And my thought was, if I returned false from an analyzer, that means I don't want any of the children to analyze, because, if I'm not playing anymore, what's the point? This might be too simplistic for the system. This checks to see if previously and now the is playing flags are different. So hopefully that'll be okay. I'm not entirely sure. Then I have a Tetris analyzer that I just started to make, but I haven't finished it yet. And so what I can do is, let's write the Tetris analyzer. Well, the Tetris analyzer occurs when the current state dot current dot lines is equal to the current previous lines plus 4. And then we can write all text. We're going to write it to the same text file. And we're just going to say Tetris. That's it. That's all we're doing. What's happening here? Everything's okay. Okay, so that's all we're doing. Oh, and then we want to return true. Return task from result true. Okay, so that's fine. The statistics analyzer, I thought I was going to make it. So this is the old game analyzer. I renamed it to statistics analyzer, but then I realized that was dumb and I probably don't even need it. So I just commented it all out. Okay, then I have an end game analyzer. And why did I make this? Oh, you know what? I don't think I need this anymore. Yeah. Okay. This was my first attempt. I thought I needed to make an analyzer for checking the end of game, but I have the is playing analyzer. So we're going to delete this file. Okay. Then I needed a way to set up all the dependencies between the analyzers. And so I made this analyzer tree. And this is basically responsible for setting up the tree of analyzers, because you'll notice the score analyzer, it doesn't know what its children are. And the fact that it's a base game analyzer, there's no children getting set anywhere. We don't know how to set these things. And I didn't really want to put the children in each individual analyzer files, because I'd like one central location where I can set up the tree. I don't want to go into each file and say, okay, this one has this children and I got to go find this other file to set its children. No, I want to set up all the children at once. And so that is what this game analyzer tree. It's got one public method that just says run analyzers on other threads with the current state model. So this is the way it works. It takes in each analyzer that it cares about, and it sets up the children in its constructor. So the is playing has the Tetris has the score. And then we need a starting point, and so I'm just calling that initial analyzers. And we're going to add the is playing. So that is the first analyzer that will run. And when we call this run analyzers, we take all the initial analyzers and we just run their analyze functions. And I haven't tested this out yet, so I have no idea if this is going to work. But what I'm thinking is going to happen, the is playing is going to come. It's going to detect, say, that I'm now playing. So it's going to return true. The base game analyzer, this will return true. It'll have its child as the Tetris analyzer. So this will check to see if I got a Tetris. If I did, it's going to write Tetris to the screen. I wonder if we can change our... I wonder if we can append these things instead of write. Let's just keep it. Okay, we'll figure it out. So the other thing I need to do is have a main analyze method. And this is what I came up with. So I have a private method called getScreen. And this just gets a screenshot and creates the data model factory from the screenshot. So we start off with the state, whose screen is the current screen. And we'll just do a forever loop, an infinite loop, where we'll get the state and we'll run analyzers on other threads. And then we'll go back up here and we'll get the state and we'll run analyzers on other threads. So, I'm not awaiting anything here because this is a void method. And this void method just fires off all the analyzers and returns. And the analyzers do their thing, and they don't ever return any information back to the main program. You ready to try this out? One thing I probably need to do is register my analyzer properly. Wait a second. I'm not sure why I called this analyze. This should really be called analyzer. But you know what this needs to be? We need to extract an interface from this. So let's extract the interface, which I rarely do, but there we go. Okay. Oh, and I also need to register my analyzers themselves. So I need the Tetris, the score, and the is playing. Now each one of these is a base game analyzer. I think what I'm going to do is register them as themselves. I'm wondering if that's a good idea. AutoFact lets you do a whole bunch of crazy things with the with registering them. So let's do the is playing analyzer. As self. Single instance. So there's only one instance of each analyzer. Let's try that. We're going to duplicate this 3 times. Oops, no. This is the score analyzer. Oh no, we'll do this Tetris analyzer. And the score analyzer. That way, when we create an analyzer tree, these things are actually something. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. I think we're good. The analyzer is here. Run analysis. So what I need to do in my main program, I can't resolve a game analyzer anymore. I need to resolve an iAnalyzer. And then this will be run analysis. Okay, good. Are we good? And there's a lot of unused using statements there. Okay, I'm ready to do this. I think it's not going to work. You know what? I already know it's probably going to be an issue. I think what we're going to do first is we're only going to have the Tetris. No, let's have the... I don't want two analyzers running for my children add. Let's make the child of is playing score. There's no Tetris analyzer right now. Let's run this. Let's switch over to here. Oh, I have an issue here. Look at this. I have an issue. Oh, and I didn't increase my my font size. I usually do that when I'm filming. I've just been too caught up in where is that one? I think it's environment. If I set this to 12, there we go. Hopefully that's a bit easier to see, of course. Okay, what is this? An exception. Can't invoke the analyzer tree. Cannot resolve the analyzer tree. Did I not register my analyzer tree? I did not. Well, let's register my analyzer tree as implemented interfaces, and I just want a single instance of this. We don't need multiple trees running around. Okay. Does this work? I think it's running. So this is just the is playing flag and the score. Score is now 0. Oops. Let's change the score. Score is now 1900. Hey, that's working. And how quick is it? I can't see while I'm... Anyway, this is working. This is working good. We got the score. Okay, that's a success. Oh, but I'm also... Huh. I also got output. Why am I getting output? Let's stop this. It was certainly writing to my text file, but why am I getting output? Oh, because I did the console and the... Oh, that's nice. I did them both. So that works. Now we're going to add in... The is playing is going to pass over to the Tetris. And then let's try that. I'm being very cautious about this. What? Cannot have a width equal to what? Oh, I don't know what that was all about. I'm going to run level 15 so I can actually see this. Now, it's not going to update my score because it's only concerned about Tetrises. So I got to go, I got to get myself a Tetris here. Oh my goodness, come on. So let's get me a Tetris. I just need one. You're not even going to help me. You're not even going to let me get one, are you? Okay, well, we're going to do this. Tetris, it says. Okay. It does say Tetris. That's awesome. So we're... That's fantastic. Let me see what happens when we stop this and we go back. Isn't this crazy? I haven't seen this code in a while. Man, this has been a long project. Okay, so that it works with one analyzer. Let's add the Tetris children.add. So the idea being that the Tetris is more important than the score update. So if you got a Tetris, it's going to say Tetris. If you didn't get a Tetris, it should pass on to the score. So this is both analyzers running at the same time. Oh, and I didn't switch over to my desktop view to see what I did. But here we go. Let's, again, level 15. Well, let's just do this. So one thing already I'm noticing is that it's not... Oh, wait a second. Okay, 1 second. We're going to stop this. We'll go back here. The Tetris writes to the text file. Oh, but the score is writing only to the console. I commented out the wrong one. There we go. So now they're both going to be fighting for the text file, and I'm not sure how this is going to work. So let's go back here. Run this. And we will start. Score is now 0, it says. Okay, I'm going to push down to change my score. Score is now 6. Push down again. Score is now 14. Just be pushing down lots. Making that go up. Kind of want a Tetris. Not getting a Tetris. Well, that's embarrassing. Okay, let's try again. Score is now 0. Lots of pushing down. Ready for a Tetris. Here we go. Did it say Tetris? That's the question. I don't think it did. And I think the issue is because they're both fighting for that same. Here's another Tetris. The score is being updated, but the Tetris isn't. So what I want to do instead I mean, it won't actually matter in the long run because I'm not going to be outputting to different files. Person is going to say it. I'm going to append all text. I'm not sure what OBS does in that case. We're going to find out. So the score analyzer, it's going to append instead of write. We'll run this. Oh, and again, I didn't show you my desktop. I just changed the write all text to an append all text. Oh, that's gross. Yeah, that's not what I want. Now it's gonna just write a big long line. Okay, I have to think about this. Let's stop this. Let's go back to my desktop. I think what I'm going to do is instead of just appending this, I'm going to do a new line. And I think that is done like that in Windows. Let's go back to my score analyzer. No, Tetris analyzer. Where? Okay, let's just try that. I've done. Oh, but hold on. No. I have to actually delete the output file because it's like scores now, Tetris. Let's save it as an empty file. Okay, now we'll run this. We'll go here. Now we'll see what happens. What's wrong? Ah. There's an issue if I'm not in the right place. Seems to be an issue that in between you running the program and running Tetris, and you get an exception sometimes, but whatever, that's okay. Let's do this. Push down. Score is now 0. Score is now 12. Push down again. Score is now 22. Okay, that's fine. Is it going to go off the screen? Here's the Tetris. Tetris! Score is now, yeah. And the Tetris happened before the score update because the analyzer comes first in the tree. Now, is this going to like roll up on me or am I going to lose? Did it roll? I can't see. No, it's just going to go off screen. I'm sure there's some way of doing a tail of the text file or something, but it works. Okay, so what I need now is actually, let's can I? Ooh, chat log mode. Oh, perfect. Okay, what if I went back here, saved everything, like removed all the logs. This is important. Okay, so now I'm going to run my Tetris tools again. And now I'm going to start this 15 game. Score is now 0. I'm pushing down lots. Oops, that was bad. That's okay. Tetris. Yeah, this is good. So this is actually running highlights of my game. That works. I'm not getting a lot of Tetrises though. Okay, no, this is good. That's awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we're done there. Now we can add some more analyzers. So I have Tetris score and is playing. Now, what else would I want to know? Maybe... See, the other thing is we need conditional... Conditional children? Okay, maybe we need a level analyzer. So maybe we want to check to see when we increase the level. So let's say level analyzer. And this is how easy it is to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to say it's a base game analyzer. We're going to implement the abstract class. Is that... I don't have anything else, eh? No, just the one method. And then we're going to say, okay, if the current state dot level is greater, no, if the current level is greater than the current state's previous dot level, then we are going to file append all lines, and we're going to write now at level current state current dot level. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I need to give this a file name. Boom. So that's the first thing you need to do. I also need to make sure to do that. What's the problem with this? Cannot convert. Oh, not all lines. Append all text. Okay. And then this is just return task from result true. Okay, and that's fine. And then that's what you need to do. And then you need to go to the registration module. The registration module. And you need to register your new analyzer. So we're going to say the level analyzer. Then you have to go into the analyzer tree and add it somewhere in the tree. So maybe I want to make it directly after Tetris. And then the level will do the score. So the way we're the way we'll analyze the game is we'll check to see if we're playing, we'll check for a Tetris, we'll check to see if you increased your level, and then we'll check to see if you changed your score. And that should be it. I mean, this should be all that's necessary. Oh, and I didn't even... sorry, folks. I keep doing that. I gotta remember not to do that. So I keep forgetting to change my screen. I made this level analyzer. That's it. This is what I did when I forgot to change the screen. This just checks to see if your current level is bigger than your previous level. And then I had to register it. And then I had to bring it into my analyzer tree here. And then I put it here. I put it as the child of a Tetris, and I gave the score is its child. So now we'll go is playing Tetris level score. It'll check in that order. And this is still just a single chain. So all of these things are happening synchronously on different threads because they are awaiting and then moving on. But the idea is these could fan out if we wanted to. And actually, I wouldn't have to do the Tetris before the level. I could do the Tetris and the level at the same time. I could do all of them at the same time. That's what we'll try next. Okay, so let's play this. We'll bring this over here. Oh, I have to erase all the text. Okay, here we go. So now we are running. And we should be looking for levels. So I'm actually just going to start a game at level 0. Okay, now at level 88. Oh, that's interesting. Score is now 5. So let's do this. It'll take 10 lines to get to the next level. Hopefully that's not too bothersome. This is a really slow speed. I'm pushing down. And now I'm trying to be too fancy. And I'm not scoring lines here. We're getting score updates, that's fine. It's good. What are we at? 6 lines, 7 lines, there's 9 lines, 10 lines. Now at level 1, it says. That is perfect. Oops. Man, these speeds are so slow. Ah. Oh, I misrotated it and thought it was stuck, but because it's so slow, yes, now at level 2. And that's really nice and quick. So just like that, we made something to analyze the score. Okay, we're gonna stop it. Stop the analyzer. I'm gonna move over to here so I don't forget. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna see what happens instead of a single chain. The is playing is going to have the Tetris, but it's also yeah, so yeah, the is playing will be the main one, because if you're not playing, we don't want to do any of the others. But we're going to do the score, we're going to do the Tetris and the level. And they're all children of is playing. So once is playing is done, it's going to fire off all the other 3 analyzers at the same time. We might have an issue because of the actually writing and appending text to the file. If multiple threads try and write to the same file, we might get an exception. But yeah, we'll just see. We'll see. So let's go over here and we'll press start. Oh, and I have to erase my output. There we go. We'll play this. Okay, I'm getting no errors. So let's hit start. Score is now 0, level is 0. I will be pushing down. But this time, let's get some Tetrises too. Oh, this is so slow. See, the reason I have to start at this slow speed is because at this speed, it's only 10 to get to the next level. This is what we call a bits. A vertical eye tuck setup. Oh, so slow. How am I doing? Still at level 0. But I'm about to get a Tetris. Tetris, it says. That's good. This is actually not bad. This is working just fine. This should go to level. I got a Tetris and I'm going to the next level. That's awesome. You guys, this is awesome. Here's another Tetris. Let's see. Tetris, it says. This is fantastic. I'm so happy about this. Okay. This game could go on for like ever. So now it's just a matter of figuring out what analyzers we need. I'm going to stop this, bring this back over here. What analyzers do we need, and how can we get a robot to say these words? And I think that's for next time. But this is working exceptionally. So let me get rid of all my code here that I didn't. Yeah, and just to see, this is what was happening. It was running the is playing flag. And then for each child, it was running all 3, but it's not awaiting these tasks. So it's just firing and forgetting them. So essentially, these are all started at the same time, and then the method ends, and it goes back to whatever it's doing. And it doesn't care what the analyzers are doing, which is very nice. I just want to make sure. We don't need this anymore, that I'm not committing my code in an ugly state. This, I'm just going to keep this there. I don't know quite what to do about it. That's okay. State model. We never actually looked at the session model. We made that a few times ago, and I don't know if I ever tested it out. Okay, this looks good. I'm going to add everything. Let's say analyzers work. Woohoo! We're going to push this up to bit buckets so that we don't lose any of our hard work. And we're going to call it a day. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day, and we will see you next time.